Hey, what's up everybody? It's Marcus from Marcus Brown Performance, also the owner of Dad Strength. Make sure you get your Dad Strength headwear at officialdadstrength.com, where strength is rooted in fatherhood. So I just competed in USAPL Northeast Regionals and had a great meet, second overall in the 100 kilogram weight class, I believe 6th overall in the terms of overall men raw lifters, which I think gets me an invite to the Arnold's, which is really cool. And I also qualified for nationals as well, which has been my goal the entire time. So with that being said, I want to give a little bit of a meet recap and kind of give you everything that's gone on over the past couple months of my prep. So that being said, going into this prep was really hard. So I'm a 90 kilo lifter originally, but just I had a hard time just cutting weight, a lot of stresses going on, moving, a lot of things going on in my life at the time, which just made it hard for me to cut, and my performance was basically struggling with that. I wasn't lifting the way I wanted to lift. Things were a lot harder than they had to be, and about 2 weeks prior to competing, at the deadline of switching your weight class, my coach said, "Hey, you may want to think about switching weight classes for this competition," and I didn't hesitate. I said, "Yeah, that makes sense." And we end up switching. So 2 weeks prior, I switched to the weight class and ended up getting second place in the weight class, which was really cool. Going into this meet, I did want to try to break the squat record, which is 315 kilos. But one thing I'm going to talk about later on is about, and I'm gonna make a full video on this maybe next week, is the strategy of powerlifting. It's not just about lifting as much weight as you can. It's really about trying to win and position yourself to win and lifting what you need to win. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'll make a video next week, but I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of this video and why I mentioned that. So we started off opening up at 280 kilos on squat. That moved super easy. It was basically a warm up. Going on to the next one, a little slower at 292.5 kilos. I got called for depth by one judge and for the 280, but I fixed it. I didn't get called for any other judge, so I got the lift. So, and then 292 moved too easy, 292.5 kilos. And my final lift of squat was a 305 kilo squat, which was the lead for the day. That was 672.41 pounds. And I smoked it. It was super easy. It was like an RPE 8. And so I want to say I believe that the 315 to 317 was there to break the record. With the record for the 100 kilo class is 317.5 kilos. Next was bench press, and I've had struggles with bench press over the past 2 years. I've had some elbow issues. It feels like it's pulling away, my arm is resisting, trying to go down into that press position. And I finally broke the plateau. I was able to bench 140 kilos on my first attempt, super easy, knocked it out the park. 147.5 kilos also moved super easy, and then we went with a perfect call, 155 kilos, which is a 5 kilo competition PR for me, which was really great and something that I really take pride in, because like I said, I haven't PR'd in bench in 2 years in competition. So it's really just great to finally get past that and feel a new weight in competition. Last was deadlift. So I opened up at 282.5 kilos, which was the second best deadlift on openers. Shout out to Jesse. Jesse opened up at 305 or 302.5. He pulls that massive. He just pulled 770 the other day on a YOLO pull. But I pulled 282.5 really easily. Then I went to the second attempt and pulled 300 kilos really easily. And my current comp PR, or my then competition PR, was 302.5 kilos. I ended up going up to 315, which is 694 pounds, which also moves super easy. Everything was moving extremely easy for me on Sunday. But one of the things is this too. So we were gonna go for a 317.5 kilo deadlift. We also looked at 322.5 kilos to see where I needed in positioning. But what happened was I only needed 694 pounds of 315 kilos to basically secure second place, right? And so we said, hey, let's not risk the podium by trying to go for a massive PR pull. let's keep the podium and go for the pull that I know I can pull, right? I pulled 700 pounds before in training, and so it wasn't nothing to me. I've already done it. As a matter of fact, I tried to pull 325 kilos yesterday. Well, actually, I didn't try to pull 325. I actually tried to pull 320, but I forgot. I did my math wrong, and I put the weighted collars on, and that made it 325. And I almost got it up, but didn't make it. But now I know, like, it's there. It's gonna be there. But we made the decision to just secure second place with that. With that, I locked it out super easy, super smooth. Secured second place, 491.75 or 77 dot score, which places me, I believe, like 29th in the country now. 6 overall, I believe, which got me my Arnold invite. I gotta wait to see if I do actually have it. And then just a great competition. I felt really great after that. And I just felt like it was my best meet ever. Of course it was, like, you know, and I think the 500 dot score is there. I think more than that is there. But you know, I think we did what we were supposed to do. We came in and did what we were supposed to do in that competition, and I ended up doing really well. And I think going into June now what the discussion with me and my coach will be is, do I want to stay 100 or do I want to stay or do I want to go back to 90? And I'm kind of like on both sides. Like, you know, we discussed like some nutrition things, like, you know, if I drop some body fat or like, and I start losing weight and I still feel strong, then that's something that may be there. But you know, we're gonna discuss it a little bit more in depth over the weekend, and then eventually, you know, we'll see what happens. But I got my national qualifying total, and that's what really matters to me right now, and I'm really excited about that. I'm ready to go in and cook at nationals, and so I got 9 months to really lock in on that, and you know, really see what I can do going into nationals, my first nationals ever. And what's also great too is with regionals, I actually have never missed a lift in regionals. I'm 18 for 18 now. I've done 2 regionals, so really exciting. But I wanted to give you guys a full recap on what happened, a little bit of the details going into the prep and everything, and why I did certain things for those that were watching me. And I just want to say this too. Shout out to Laurie for being my handler. She really you know, did a masterful job at everything during the meet. Shout out to Joe, my coach Joe, who was on the plane flying back to Oregon. So he's in a doctorate program, and he was on the plane working with Laurie on my attempts, watching me lift. Even in the airport when he had a delay, he was watching me and trying to calculate what I needed for my last pulls. So it was really, I got a great team behind me. I got a great support system with me as a power lifter. Shout out to Urban Powerhouse. This is where I'm at right now, my home gym. And you know, I think we did a great job in execution. And I can say one thing about myself, even though I went through a lot of tough times when it comes to training, I'm gonna perform on meet day. I will perform. I will always perform on meet day and do my thing. But that's all I got for y'all today. I appreciate y'all for watching the video. I'm gonna see y'all next week. Peace.